Are you the type of person that likes to please everybody else? Do you get hurt when somebody tells you that you're doing something wrong and you try even harder to please them? Is that a good idea? Is it stopping you from doing all the things that you want to do? In this video, I'm going to talk about how you shouldn't try and please everybody and how you should be putting yourself first. Hello home bosses, my name is Nuria Corby. Welcome to my channel, which is all about helping you to create money online. But every Monday we have a motivational video which helps us in our online journey and in life. So I hope you enjoy this video that I've got today. So today I'm talking to you about how we sometimes want to please everybody. And we listen a lot to other people and to what other people think of us. And sometimes that can stop us from doing the things that we really want to do. So my dad always used to say to me, don't try and please everybody because otherwise you never please anybody. And he used to tell me a little story. He used to tell me so many stories, but I learned such a lot from them. So I want to tell you the same story that he told me. And I know this is a famous story. When my dad used to tell me this story, I didn't know that. It was just a story that my dad was telling me. And now I know that it's a fable from Aesop, but he used to tell it to me slightly differently. So I'm just going to tell you the story as he told me, because that's how I heard it and that's the story that helped me and that I remember. I know that the fable has a different ending, but this is how my dad told me the story. So he told me that one day a man and his son were transporting some flour to the market, and they were using a donkey to do that. So they were walking beside the donkey who was carrying the flour. And they met two women on their path, and the two women were whispering to each other, but the man and the son could hear what they were saying, and they were saying, look how stupid they are. They've got a donkey and they're walking. Why don't they just ride the donkey and they won't get so tired? How silly. And so the man and the son looked at each other and they thought, oh yes, they're right. We should really ride the donkey. So they both hopped on the donkey and continued on their way. And then they encountered a man who was telling them off. He was saying to them, the poor donkey, both of you riding that poor animal, he can hardly carry all the flour and he now has to carry you as well. You are terrible people for doing that to the animal. So the father and son thought about this and they thought, oh yes, he's right. We shouldn't really be riding the donkey. So the father got off the donkey and let the son ride on the donkey so that the load wasn't so heavy. So they continued on their way, and then they found another person who was saying, aren't you ashamed of yourself, to the son? Your father is an old man and you're riding on the donkey and you're letting your father walk. That's terrible. You're a terrible son. So the father and son thought about this and they said, oh yes, he's right. And the father thought, let me ride on the donkey. Son, you walk beside me. So then the father hopped on the donkey and the son was walking next to him. And they encountered another person. And that person then said to the father, you're a terrible father. You're a strong man and you're letting this poor boy walk. And you are riding the donkey. What kind of father are you? You better step down and let your son ride on the donkey. So then the father thought about that as well, and they thought, oh dear, what can we do? Whatever we do is wrong, so maybe we should carry the donkey. So then they ended up carrying the donkey into the village. So this is where my dad stopped the story and he said to me, don't try and please other people. Do what you want to do because you can never please other people. Somebody will always dislike what you're doing, and whatever you're doing, somebody will find a fault with that. So I think that is a really important message because I don't know about you, but it's so true. You know, if you try and do things for other people, there will always be someone who doesn't like it. Whereas if you do things for yourself, the way you think they should be done, at least you know that you are happy with it, that you are doing what you think you should be doing and what you think is right. And also, when other people criticize us, it's usually more about them than it is about us, because when we dislike something in somebody else, it's because we would dislike that in ourselves, or we dislike it in ourselves. So when somebody criticizes you, don't feel too bad about it, because most of the time it's something that is really having a negative impact on them, and it really hasn't got a lot to do with you. It's how they see it. It's their perspective, not yours. So my message to you today is, be yourself, be true to yourself, do the kind of things that you want to do and that are helping you in your life. You are not living other people's lives and they're not living your life. So they can do what they want, but you do what you want. And don't take criticism too badly, because usually it's about the person who's doing the critique than you. It's not so much about you, it's about them. So don't worry about it too much. And I know that's a difficult thing to do, because we all get affected by what people say about us. But you really have to develop a thick skin, as we say here, that you really mustn't let those things go under your skin and let them affect you. This is especially important if you're in business, and especially online, because once you are in front of a public and you're dealing with the public, and if you have a business online, then you are very open to criticism, because everybody can see what you're doing, everybody has an opinion on what you're doing. And it's very, very important that you understand that what other people think of you doesn't have to affect you in a negative way. It's great to listen to other people's opinion and to improve what you can improve, but sometimes it's not something that you need to improve. Sometimes it's just their opinion and you have your own opinion. So you have to become a very strong person to be able to see those kind of things for what they are. They are just other people's opinions and not yours. So my message to you is, be strong in yourself as well, because if you try to please other people, you never please everybody. So the best thing to do is to please yourself and do the things that you want to do. So this is a very short video this Monday. I hope you have a great start to the week, and let me know what you think of the message. Have you had problems with people criticizing you? Have you had to change things in your life because of what other people tell you to do? So let me know in the comments if you've ever encountered a situation like this, and I hope it helps you, and have a fantastic start to the week. See you in my next video. Bye bye.